Coming right up, the Jazz taking on the Spurs. For Utah, just one win in their first 4 games. They're looking to get things right early in the year. Spurs, Jazz, up next. Put down the candy and get ready for basketball. It's Halloween night. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson. Coach Stan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce round out our broadcast crew for this one. Here's the starting group for the San Antonio Spurs. We've got Jeremy Grant. Tyler Hero is out there with Darius Garland. Then it's Jared Allen, and it's Green in at small forward. And for the Jazz, Sexton and Markkanen out on the wings. Then it's Walker Kessler. Then it's Jeremy Sohan. And it's Hendricks in at the power forward position. Well, Grant, to be here for some horrifying hoops on Halloween. You like that?
I do. That's pretty good, man. What could be scarier than losing on Halloween? Looks like a lot of the fans showed up with their Halloween spirit, so it should be fun for everyone choosing to spend their evening with us.
Outside Sexton. Pass to Sohan. Let's go with a 3. Rebound by San Antonio. Here's Hero. Kessler with a rebound. Sexton against Green. Sexton passes to Sohan. Pass to Hendricks. Takes a 3. He buries it from 3.
Yeah, great find from Sohan. This is why his guys like playing with him.
Outside Garland. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Sexton passes to Sohan. 6 on the shot clock. The putback controls the rebound and the putback.
Those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
And it's Allen who slams it home.
Getting established positioning inside. Once Allen has this, he is a threat to score.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Will Hardy, and I wanted to know, how do you slow a guy down like Jarrett Allen? Coach said we have to hassle him as much as possible on both ends of the floor. We really want to limit him, not just his points, but more importantly, his rebounds. So keeping Allen off the glass is a primary focus.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's Allen, following the bucket by Utah. Got it.
And that was just fantastic balance from Allen right there. Taking the contact well and just fighting through it all.
All right, Stan, what's your take on this very youthful San Antonio Spurs roster?
Well, Brian, they've got the guy to build around. They're very exciting to watch. They've been gaining momentum. They're coming together as a unit, as a roster. And look, this team's got a chance to be very good together.
Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings. That one rocked this arena.
That's the kind of dunk right there that makes you think he's going to rip down the rim. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
And it seemed that not a lot went right for them. Plenty of standing around on the offensive end, and their D couldn't make up for it.
Yeah, they just looked totally lost in that game. On both ends of the floor, the coach is going to have some choice words for him after that one.
Now to bring up last season's top rebounding teams. The Jazz, 3rd.
Well, last year they were all over the glass. Their physicality is what helped define their identity.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Kessler finds Markkanen. Sexton with it. Pass to Markkanen. Clock at 6. Here's the 3. Sohan outside. Now here's Sexton. From outside, off the mark. Garland for 3. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Garland's got 6.
Anyone who questions Garland's deep range, run that film right back.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Sexton misses.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
Chalk up 2 there. Green's got his 2nd basket of the night.
I love it. What concentration. Green taking the contact well and converting with confidence.
Inside, here's Markkanen, and Markkanen with the stuff.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Spins, Hero, converts after the nice spin.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Markkanen outside. Gets the 3 to fall. Markkanen's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Well, Markkanen's one of the more efficient, high-volume three-point shooters in the league.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Back to Sexton. Down low. Here's Sohan. Nice. Gets his 2nd bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
Well, using his size well and putting some muscle behind his blade. That's how Sohan gets to his shot inside.
On the wing, Green. Allen, the pass to Green. Over Markkanen. And that one's good. Green.
Assist from Jarrett Allen.
And it's Utah with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Sohan with the ball. Hero picks him up. And the Jazz tack on 2 more.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
Right side, Garland. And stolen by Sexton. Here's Hendricks. He's covered by Grant. And there's the foul. It's going to belong to Darius Garland. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game.
Well, that's already his 2nd foul, and that puts the coach in a tough position.
George, he's checked in for Utah. Sexton misses.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Here's Garland. It's tipped.
Yeah, the reach is amazing. Sohan will get his fair share of blocks during his career.
Shot clock at 6. In transition, here come the Jazz. George finds Kessler. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Utah shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. That free throw good from Kessler. Stan, one of the most impressive streaks in sports history. The San Antonio Spurs, one of the smallest markets in the NBA, making 22 consecutive playoffs.
Yeah, and Brian, there's nothing that I respect more than consistent success year after year. I think it's harder than having that one great year. What San Antonio did in those years is incredible.
And they had a great sideline reporter out here, too.
Good-looking guy.
That one drops for him. Garland's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Inside, Garland outplays his size, using speed and agility to get it done.
Kessler, a screen on Grant. Here's George. Rebound by San Antonio. They come into this one having outplayed the Thunder in their last game.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them, but they were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
Nothing is better than winning on the road in this league. It's so difficult. You savor every one of those.
Now here's Markkanen. 7 points in the game. Sexton misses.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Utah. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to Dirk. Lauri said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Brian.
No, he's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie. Now, here's Green. Turned in an outstanding game against Oklahoma City. Hero, the pass to Carter. And he hits it to tie the game.
Well, there's no question Carter can play strong inside. He has the build for it.
Utah's gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. And it's Wendell Carter with the foul. That's his first foul. The Jazz making a switch here. Hendricks is checked in. Dylan Brooks checked in for San Antonio. 1:44 left to play in the first. Here's Hendricks. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. Hendricks has got 6.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. For close to a decade now, Stan, Clint Capella has been a double-double machine.
Well, Brian, I think the key to Capella is he knows who he is. He's a great rebounder, rim runner, and shot blocker. And then he doesn't force things offensively. And that's why he's had one of the highest shooting percentages in NBA history.
KYG, know your game. Now here's George. Still without a bucket. Yep, count it.
And he's a crafty scorer for a young player. George is always going to find the gaps in the defense.
McCollum finds Hero. Pulls it from the top of the key. The shot no good.
They've been just a little bit better on the glass so far, showing their tremendous work effort.
Shot's good by Sensabaugh.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
McCollum, pass to Carter. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. San Antonio shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line. That free throw misses.
Well, look, this is a guy who uses his physicality to get to the stripe. Carter Jr.'s a big kid.
And San Antonio making a change here. Clarkson's checked in. 29 seconds left in the first quarter here. George outside. Filipowski for three. Rebound by San Antonio. Clarkson outside. Three-pointer, Brooks. Fires in the triple.
Boy, oh boy. Both teams lighting it up to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
Utah shooting their fourth and fifth shots at the foul line in this game. First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
McCollum way outside. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. Well, offense is the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Utah ahead, up 4. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. They've got Jordan Clarkson. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Wendell Carter. Then it's Dylan Brooks. And it's McCollum at the point. George against McCollum. Pass to Sensabaugh. With the drive. And Carter with the block.
Well, staying connected on defense. Carter Jr. with the denial.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line. Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Well, look, everyone likes a flush. Carter Jr. showing his force.
For three, George. San Antonio with a rebound. Harrell the screen. Clarkson passes to Harrell. Carter with it. Three-pointer. Nails it from beyond the arc. Carter's got 7 points for the quarter.
You love the confidence. Carter Jr. knows how effective he can be off the catch.
Pass to Hendricks. This one for three. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 4 assists in the game.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
You love the show of force from Carter Jr. He's not messing around when he gets the ball down there.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Stan, how do you think the Utah Jazz have fared with a relatively young squad?
Well, Brian, I'd say admirably. It's not easy to be the less experienced team figuring things out all the time, but they continue to grow and work and get better.
Green's checked in for San Antonio. Black comes in for McCollum. Here's Filipowski. 8 points in his last timeout. To the inside. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Just a big man playing big. No way to stop it.
San Antonio has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Brooks finds Harrell. Here's Black. Tries the spin move. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Collier, he's checked in for Hendricks. San Antonio shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there's so many great players. Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
That one's good for 2.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Puts it up. George, no good. For San Antonio, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go in the second quarter. Three-pointer, Brooks. They get it again. From deep. Nails it from 3. And now a 3-point Spurs lead.
And you got to at least honor Brooks' three-point shot if you're the defense. I mean, he is more than capable of connecting.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Oh, they get a hand on it. Shot clock at 5. And it's Harrell with a rebound. Harrell's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Green. And San Antonio again with a bucket.
Yeah, good shot. I mean, Green makes it look easy.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Utah. Trailing by 5. Utah with another miss.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Carter, good.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
George for 3. And another miss by Utah.
How many shots has he missed this quarter? Might be time to find offense elsewhere.
Green for 3. The rebound by Filipowski.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
For 3, George. That doesn't go either for George.
He's cold from distance here in the second quarter. May want to try a different approach moving forward.
Harrell, a screen on George. Green. No. 4 for 9 from the floor now. Jazz trail by 7. Pass to Martin. Out left to the wing. Looking to win the run. Rebound San Antonio. Carter's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Black passes to Harrell. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And for the Jazz, they're shooting only 31% in the second quarter of this one.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Outside, Green. Carter, the pass to Black. Lets the 3 fly. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So Utah ends up going with a new group. With a break here, let's see which teams racked up the assists during last year's campaign. The Spurs, second.
Well, they put a big emphasis on quality passes last year. We saw consistent high-level ball movement from them.
Pass to Kessler. Back to Sexton. The 3 ball. It's hauled in by Black.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots. Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. And it's Utah with the ball. 9-point game. Next up, they'll face the Nuggets in Denver. And that starts a 4-game road trip for them.
So do you sit him with 3 fouls? Big decision for his coach here.
Darius Garland, he's checked in for San Antonio. Sexton finds Markkanen. Allen against Kessler. Shoots over Allen. Nails the baby hook. Kessler's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, you want Kessler involved in the offense. That's the kind of shot you're looking for.
Hero for 3. And he missed again. Now 1 of 5.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Hendricks no good. Spurs lead by 7. Brooks right side. Pass to Clarkson. Now Allen. He's covered by Kessler. And count that. 2 points and a chance for 1 more at the line.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for San Antonio.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. move the ball on the perimeter, and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And another thing, they've been on the attack tonight, going right at defenders with the ball in their hands early.
And the finish on the break with the slam.
And the break starting with Allen's steal. Jarrett is an excellent defender.
Jazz trail by 12. Sohan, right side, driving in. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one's on Clarkson.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA right now. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian, is to see which of these young talents becomes true stars, transformative guys. Certainly Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama have already had this great rivalry. Scotty Barnes has become the next big point guard. We see Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero. There's a lot of guys that could be the guy, and it'll be fun to find out who actually develops into that play.
As the torch is passed, who's going to take the mantle? George, he's checked in for Kessler.
Well, something you notice about Clint Capella is he does not play outside himself. His primary focus at all times is on being a force on the inside.
Garland against George, and the shot is good by Garland. Garland's got 10.
When you talk about players with great ball skills, Garland comes up early in the discussion. Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Well within Markkanen's range. Lowry is so comfortable with his jumper.
We've got 1:13 left in the second. Garland for three. The shot that time not on target.
Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this quarter.
Bates Diop with a rebound.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Pass to Garland. From outside the arc. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
And what a night for Garland. He does this every once in a while. It just explodes.
Sohan inside. Brooks defending. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two. It's going to be on Dylan Brooks.
The officials were right on top of that one.
The first one falls.
Yeah, he's a fearless player. I mean, Sohan not afraid to give up his body to give his team a better chance.
Sensabaugh is checked in for Utah. And San Antonio also making a switch. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Brooks. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Garland. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Garland's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz. Down by 15.
Offensively, you have to be aware of Capella. He is a block master.
Here's Garland. And there's another one for the Spurs.
You really have to question the defensive effort on that possession.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
What a performance for Darius Garland. He has been the story for the Spurs. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. Back after this.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say it's been a great half for the San Antonio Spurs.
The way they have owned the paint, not only will they win the game, they might not even sweat in the fourth quarter.
Good news is we have great AC here in the studio, so we never have to sweat.
Ah, it's so cool in here.
All right, fellas, let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule.
You know, right now for Utah, this is when it starts to get real. You're past the opening night energy, and you're not as well rested as you were in the offseason.
Yeah, it's time to show us what you really can do.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we're ready to get this second half of our Halloween broadcast going. It's been a clinic out there by Darius Garland.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Jazz trail by 17. Sexton and Markkanen out on the wings. Then it's Jeremy Sohan. Then it's Walker Kessler. And it's Hendricks in at the 4. And that's the group for Will Hardy as we begin the second half.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Green. Sohan with a rebound. Sohan's got 4 rebounds now. Utah shooting 44%, a pretty decent clip. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When they're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. No good on that one.
Watching Jeremy Sohan develop has been so interesting. He's a strong passer and defender, but he's working hard to be a more complete player.
Tyler Heroes checked in for San Antonio. McCollum comes in for Garland. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach. Very versatile player. Hero spaces the floor. He can drive, he can pass, and he's a sneaky good rebounder as well.
He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he?
He's shifty. Sexton can get by you if he's given a lane.
Here's Capella. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on Kessler. So far in the game, he's gone 2 for 4 from the line. Utah making a switch here. George is checked in.
One shot.
The free throw off from Capella. Well, one of the sharpest players off the floor, C.J. McCollum.
Well, Brian, he also did a great job as president of the Players Union, and he's great on his podcast, too.
I'm sure he'll be doing games with you soon enough after his playing career.
Yeah, I just hope he's not taking my job. And when Sohan puts it all together like this, he's a special player. Good to see him seeking out his offense.
Jazz trail by 18. George with it. McCollum covering. Sohan outside for 3. That shot no good. The Spurs have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Grant's shot is off.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
To the middle. Marking it inside. Working on Grant. Hendricks. Off the mark there with a 3.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
San Antonio again can't hit.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
It's deflected. McCollum looks around. Fires the 3. Hits a three-pointer. McCollum's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, he's around a 40% career shooter from 3. McCollum adding another 3 to his prolific talent.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He's going to talk it over with his guys. A different look for San Antonio. Allen, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Jordan Clarkson subbed in for Hero. Here's Hendricks. Hits the trifecta. Hendricks has got 14 points for the game.
Well, the intelligence of Sochan is visible in his passing. He makes quality decisions with the ball.
And there's Green on the assist from Allen. And the Spurs lead by 20.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Here's Sochan. Green with the defensive effort. San Antonio leading by 20. Clarkson passes to Allen. To the paint. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Second personal foul, third team.
And here we have last season's best free throw shooting teams. Utah, #1.
Well, last year, they were tremendous at the line. A very fundamentally sound team shooting-wise.
The Spurs making a switch here. Carter's checked in, so both free throws good from Allen.
In the second half, their free throw percentage has improved, hitting in the low 80s now.
Sexton against Clarkson. Outside Sexton. Markkanen with a screen on Clarkson. Here's Sexton. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And remember, despite a great start to his career, Colin Sexton was traded after his 4th year, Coach.
Yeah, well, Brian, it seems like everybody gets traded at some point now. And Sexton has responded well to that deal. He understands it's not personal. It's a business. He deserves a lot of credit for what he's done.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, too. The team that traded you, there's also a team that wanted you in trade.
So true.
Here's Green. And that one's good. Green's got 12.
And shots like this seem to get Green going. I mean, he feels like he can score on any type of defense.
Shot from 12. Rebound by San Antonio. Allen's got 4 rebounds now. And stolen by Markkanen. Here's Hendricks. He's covered by Clarkson. Here's Sochan. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Sochan's got 5 points now this quarter. Allen a screen. McCollum, the pass to Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
He's more than capable of running an offense. McCollum is a combo guard who you trust with the ball.
And he lobs it up top. Hendricks no good.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Here's Carter. And San Antonio again with a bucket.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Markkanen with a screen on Green. Sochan. He drops it from range. Sochan's got 19 points.
Well, we're seeing the progress on Sochan's jumper. Hard work in the offseason paying off.
For 3, McCollum. Sexton grabs the board.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
George finds Markkanen. Takes the 3. The rebound by Allen. Allen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And stolen by Sexton. Here's Hendricks. Oh, rejected by Allen.
Yeah, terrific block by Allen, making his presence felt on the defensive end.
Spurs lead by 19. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Sochan. And it's hammered home by Green.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Utah's gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. Outside Sexton. Sochan outside from deep 3-point range. The rebound by Carter. Carter's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. To the middle. It's picked off. And now the Jazz on the run in transition. For 3, Sexton. Rebound by San Antonio. Allen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And they need his offense right now. But his shot is just not falling.
McCollum way outside. That 3's off the mark. And so it's Sexton who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz. And it's Jordan Clarkson with the foul. That's his third foul of the game. And the league has made it clear, Graham, it sees streaming at the forefront of basketball viewing going forward.
Well, B.A., it's a no-brainer. The internet is the future, after all, and streaming opens a lot more options for engaging with fans while they watch.
Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. Sensabaugh comes in for Sexton. And, yep, it's good.
So wide open there, he said, why not? That's like a warm-up shot for him.
Here's Black. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
And slammed that thing through.
A nasty two-hander. Jazz trail by 21. George outside. A rebound by the Spurs. Here's Black. 9 points in the game. On the wing, Clarkson. Pure from three-point range. Clarkson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Now here's George. Defense right on him. Oh, rejected by Allen. Here's Green. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
And it's like Green doesn't have an off switch. He's consistent at attacking defenses and drawing whistles.
Martin, he's checked in for Hendricks. And both free throws good for Green. 1:44 left in the third quarter. George with it. They can't stop the run with that one. Clarkson for three. Here's Allen. The rebound by the Jazz. Filipowski's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's Jared Allen with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Collier, he's checked in for Utah.
4th team foul. Checking in for the Jazz. Number 13.
It's Martin on the wing. He's checked by Carter. Here's Sensabaugh. Sinks it from distance. Sensabaugh's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Here's Collier. Rejected by Allen. And he's able to get it back. Clarkson on the double team. Filipowski for three. The rebound by Allen. San Antonio's gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. Here's Carter. Takes the 12-footer and hits it. Carter's got 20.
Dare I say he's had a perfect game. Incredible. No misses thus far. A major reason they lead.
The 16th pick in last year's draft, Keontae George was thrown right into the fire his rookie season, Stan.
Yeah, down the stretch, he was basically handed the keys to the offense at the point guard position. He may take some lumps, but his talent level is evident.
Harrell's checked in for San Antonio. Dylan Brooks comes in for Clarkson. Here he goes. He missed there. His first misfire in 5 tries. Inside, here's Martin, and he jams it home with authority.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Carter, the pass to Black. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Almost converts despite the contact.
And this is his second and third free throws tonight. And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. Oh, and the jam by Harrell.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
And so the San Antonio Spurs already up 26 points as this quarter ends. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for San Antonio, Keita Bates-Diop out there with Dylan Brooks. Then it's Jalen Green. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Black in at the 1. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Stan, there are lots of loud arenas in the NBA. What was the toughest place for you to win?
Well, Brian, it was against whoever had the best players on the other side.
Hero, he's checked in for Green.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Well, he's a volume three-point shooter in this league. Hero can really do damage from there.
For 3, George drains the triple.
Shut out from beyond the arc in the first period. He finally drains one.
Here's Bates-Diop. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Knocked away. Stolen by Hero. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. Shots good by Black. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Brooks, the pass to Bates-Diop. Fires the 3. Drills it from deep. Bates-Diop's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Up top, George. And the Jazz tack on 2 more.
A slow start for him, but making amends here in the second half.
Hero for 3. Utah grabs the miss. Here's Filipowski. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
Utah making a switch here. Juzang's checked in. Garland's checked in for San Antonio. Here's Brooks. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
And what a drive from Brooks. Just carving through the defense like me on the slopes in Aspen.
George for 3. That one doesn't drop.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Pass to Brooks. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh. The Jazz have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. George finds Martin. To the left wing. And there's a pick. Here's Sensabaugh. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And even though it wasn't a great screen, he found a way to create some space.
Utah making a switch here. Sexton's checked in. And San Antonio with a change here, too. Capella, he's checked in for Harrell. San Antonio's got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Bates-Diop, the screen. Hero, the pass to Brooks. Well, Grant, it appears that league expansion is around the corner. Any concerns about spreading the talent too thin?
Not really, B.A. I mean, the global pool of players competing for an NBA roster spot has never been deeper. So there's plenty of talent to go around.
Can you even believe this is the same guy? What a difference here in the second half.
Hero, the rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
I love that hoop from Colin Sexton. Don't settle, young man.
Now here's Hero. Outside Garland. Back to Hero. 6 to shoot. Misses the 3. The Jazz have gotten almost all of their shots to fall in the fourth. 6 of 7. And he's going for the lob. stolen by Capella. On the wing, Brooks. 4-3. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
Well, that's now his third triple of the game. First here in this second half.
George for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Just not his night offensively. That's part of why they fell behind.
Three-pointer, Brooks. Out to Garland. Another shot. And it's good on the lay-in. Garland's got 21 points in the game.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nails all evening.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Wendell Carter, he's checked in for San Antonio. Jalen Green comes in for Brooks. The Spurs have gone 7 of 14 here in the fourth from the floor. Garland for 3. Drops in the 3. Garland's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
And one of the findings in a recent league report, Stan, back-to-backs, not a major risk for injury, it seems.
Well, you know, Brian, I had a player that I greatly respected tell me that his preference would be to play 41 back-to-backs during the year, because then you get 2 days off in between games. That really what was harder was playing every other day and never getting a break of a couple of days. So, look, you have to play through a lot of different situations and things, but I think back-to-backs are certainly overestimated.
Interesting. Something to consider for sure. Garland, he's open. He hits the back iron and sinks it. 26 points for him.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Never bashful about showcasing his athleticism. Sexton can really get up and finish.
Here's Green. And there are the Spurs with another bucket. And Utah has possession. Sohan outside. Marketed for 3. The rebound by Carter. Carter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Clarkson passes to Green. From behind the arc. Knocks it down from distance. Green's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Yeah, and Green has tons of confidence in his three-point shot, and it was on display right there as he knocked it down. His arrow's been trending up as of late, and he's been magnificent tonight.
Right side Carter. Rebounded by the Jazz. Sohan's got 7 rebounds in the game. To the inside, Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Inexcusable defense. You can't let Kessler get established inside like this.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, Grant, do you feel the non-superstars are making the money they should?
Well, BA, it's a topic in every CBA negotiation. But I think we're trending in the right direction. But it seems like there's always more work to be done.
And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule.
Well, you know, Sexton is the definition of a spark plug. He's a high-energy, high-paced player and is terrific at creating scoring opportunities for himself.
Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Green, and it's hammered home by Green.
And right now, Green's got the hot hand, and it would be wise to keep going to him.
Utah has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter.
Showing great vision in delivering the pass out in front.
Spurs shooting very well, 62%, and going right at the defense. Left side Garland. And again, it's San Antonio converting.
Getting it done from the mid-range. Garland loves using this area of the floor.
And there's the foul. It's going to belong to Darius Garland. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the line for two. And he knocks down the first one. You know, Grant, looking at the career of Colin Sexton, he had a huge third season, averaged 24 a game.
Yeah, B.A., and unfortunately, Colin hurt his knee early during his fourth year. Had season-ending surgery, but we've seen Sexton make a full comeback and just a dynamic scoring guard. Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Here's Hendricks. He's checked by Carter. On target from range.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Spurs.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And it's a performance that will signify their fifth win of the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And what a huge performance it was for Darius Garland.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
1:10 left to play in the fourth quarter. Shots good by Black.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier. If they can't improve their defensive intensity, they got to show some fight.
Markkanen for three. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
One positive takeaway, at least they're finally showing signs of life out there.
Yeah, a loss stings a little less if you at least feel like you put up a fight, but only a little less.
We'll stand former second-round pick Jordan Clarkson. He's averaged double-digit scoring every season.
Yeah, Brian, he's done it primarily as a sixth man. He actually already ranks among the top 10 in all-time points scored off the bench, and he's still moving up the ladder.
It is interesting that he prefers to come off the bench.
Yes, some guys do.
Kessler passes to Markkanen. And Markkanen with the stuff.
Yeah, Markkanen's staying after it. He has got it going.
Pass to Clarkson. Puts up a three. Knocks down the triple.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Sexton, that's good.
And look, Sexton's lack of size has never prevented him from mixing it up down low.
Here's Bates Diop. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And he makes a first.
Shooting for San Antonio. Bates Diop. At the line for
he makes 1 of 2 that time. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. And it's Utah with the ball. And it's Jordan Clarkson with the foul. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game. Due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2.
Yeah, and this is not what they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and their opponent is at the line.
All right, both free throws good from Sexton. Clarkson for 3. Missed it. So we see the Spurs taking the W here. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Darius Garland.